we got Dave Hellman out there in Phoenix talking about it. Jerry's quote is saying, it's in the works, we're communicating. That's what you got until you actually meet to sign the contract. So, I mean, he's pretty tight-lipped on it. I don't know. I wonder if this thing is going to drag all the way to July 15th like the Dez thing. And I'm not saying, oh, you got to hurry up, Mick, and get it done because he's got the hammer. But, I mean, the Dez thing did not work out from a standpoint of him missing off-season workouts, not being around. I don't know if he was in tip-top Dez shape when he got in there. And I know Lawrence is different because he's going to be coming off a surgery and injury. But I know I would like to think the Cowboys want to get this done quicker than later.
There's no question of that.
Does the agent?
Well, that's exactly. It takes two sides, no question.
I think Mickey's on to something there.
Because none of those guys have signed yet.
No, but I think Mickey. I think if you're on the agent, I think there's some legitimate. I think there's some legitimate hate there. I'll use a word. That's a strong word.
That is a strong word.
Yeah.
Well, they're reaching for the moon.
I think there's. I just think that this David Cantor is a very difficult guy to deal with, and he's trying to get the best for his guy. But I think there's some legitimate hate there with this organization.
Has Clowney signed yet? No. Right?
When do you think that's going to happen, though? When's Clowney going to sign?
Somebody's got to.
Who's going to do it first?
Somebody's got to break the ice.
This guy's not going to do it first.
No, he's not, because he thinks he's got the best guy.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, when you see.
If they didn't have to deal with the injury.
But they would also have to deal with the contract.
Which, they were comfortable doing that if they're willing to trade. Let me ask you this, guys.
Yep.
Is there any chance they rescind this tag?
No, and just let him become a free agent?
Yeah, I don't see that.
Okay, well, the only way is if they can cover themselves.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Is the cover, okay, again, hear me out on this. Is the cover doing the trade for Quinn and then trying to sign the cheaper Ziggy Ansah? That's what I was doing.
Well, and the draft.
Again, this is something we're just thinking about here. This is not, I'm not advocating. I'm just saying, if we're going to look at all the possibilities, if it comes to an impasse, where they absolutely, where Mickey's guy won't get it done, if the agent won't get it done, do you look at a possibility of saying, okay, if we can't get it done, and then take that money, the potential savings, and try and get Dak done, try and get Zeke done, try and get Amari Cooper done.
You think you cover yourself enough by doing that?
Well,
and the draft, by the way, is pretty deep on the D-line, right?
They're deep on the D-line, but where you're going to get at 58, you got a better shot to do a defensive end. And even at 27, that was going to be a
edge rusher type.
Well, yes, and heck, they drafted a defensive end at 33 in 2015. And how much did he contribute the first year? I mean,
exactly, but still, how much does a rookie? Taco's another.
Kent's on point.
Taco's another great
listening to the
example.
show.
How much does a rookie defensive end contribute this first year? You've got a better chance if you're looking for someone who's going to make up for the sacks that DeMarcus would give you.
Yeah.
It's got to be a veteran guy coming in,
or even the second year. Yeah, the last rookie DN they had or pass rusher, stand-up linebacker was D. Ware. And, he had some struggles, too, his first year, running in that 3-4 defense. So
He had 8 sacks.
which is still less than what Lawrence had last year.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
nobody's thinking about this possibility.
I've been thinking about it for 3 weeks now.
Yeah, about going that route if you can't get it done.
I have.
I just still have the optimism, and maybe I'm a sap, but that they.
Oh no,
can
you
get
should
this,
have optimism.
That they can
you
get
should.
this done
You should.
because
It's okay.
Because all I hear is next step, next step, next step. You got it. Then you need to sign this guy.
But did they also tell you they were going to sign their players? Did they also tell you that that hey, play another year, prove it to me again?
Yeah,
hasn't he proven it to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I just think.
So you're going to pay him more than.
But it's got to be done within reason, right?
I've got to figure out. It's more than $20 million.
You're going to pay him more than Mac?
No. It's more than $20 million.
Well, then we're if you're in $20 million, then what's 21 or 22?
That's why I'm asking you that question. Too.
Yeah, I don't see it's going to be 20 for sure.
There's no question. They've already
Right?
said they're going to give you 20.
Because that's what the tag
That's
is.
what the tag is.
Yeah.
It's going to be 5 years, $100 million with 75% guaranteed.
I think if you
That'd
got
be
that,
$75 million guaranteed.
Yes. I'm going to see how quick your math was.
You
Yes,
talk
that might be more than they're willing to go.
I think it may be.
You mentioned how he's such a respected guy in the locker room.
Sure.
I mean, do you think that could this or guys?
Absolutely,
guys.
yes. Coaches do too.
This is a business, though.
Yeah.
This is part of it.
On the line here too. Now, think about that. That's something you don't think about. On a 1-year deal.
Which is another reason. Pass with Lawrence, you have to have something right now out there. And the Quinn trade could be that
Yeah.
other.
Yes, I think you have to look at all opportunities.
What if you lose or your left tackle? You have to have a back. So I think that the team, as they are negotiating with Lawrence, be at the same time. What if it doesn't work out?
I'll tell you what. And this is it, boom or bust year. But we had a mailbag question on 1-year deals, and this is not unusual for the Cowboys deals. But they have a lot of guys in 20. Some of them, these Pro Bowl guys, they want to get re-signed and probably will get. But they've got, well, I mean, at least a couple, right? I mean, there might be after.
Or it's
Well,
done too,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just did. Guys, right now that will be up in 2020. Your team could look a hell of a lot different a year from now.
Roster.
I mean, this is a big shot to go and is your best defensive player. Now, I'm with Mickey. It's got to be the deal's got to be done.
Well, because
we don't know the
they
negotiation.
Make $20 million on July 15th. He needs to sign the franchise. Like it or not, they do have the ultimate.
I would just like to know, in the shoulder surgery factor on this thing, as far as when is on this. If he hadn't had the surgery done by, as we, where,
That's just,
yeah.
I mean, I guess you
he
could.
played an entire season with it.
It in the Houston game, so
Instead
that
of-
was like week 4.
Instead of 8 sacks,
That's a good point, Brian.
Yep. I'm not very smart, but I just that kind of popped in my head a little bit. Yeah, good for Tahoe.
Yeah, so
We
you're
need
gonna
a
make
big year.
up-
We need
make up-
No, and Antoine Woods get the same thing done. So yeah,
interesting, and it's something that, in fact, at the outset of free agency, I brought it up when I Jones, and,
Sure.
and I think it's intriguing. Plus a year, what you can do with that for the next 5 years. Also, I mean, I in the last couple of years, but if you don't reach a settlement, a contract agreement, there is a good option out there. However, a lot of those guys have already been signed.
Yeah.
So,
For this year.
how much would you give up for Quinn? What
Next
draft
year,
choice?
next year's 4.
4?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, next year's 4. Because
But would you pay half that base salary?
oh sure.
Later on, I'm gonna need your
11,
driver's
11 and a
license
half,
number.
12 million. Yeah, so $6 million.
Huh?
Maybe think about adding another year. If you
Came here, were they checking out his back to make
Nah.
sure that he was okay?
I'm just putting the information in for later on.
And it was that more so than if he wants to talk about an extension or something like that.
I think the agent. I think that he would like to do something like that. But to me, it's.
Well, that's what Miami gave up for him from the Rams.
Right.
It was a fourth.
Right. Hey, I'm just trying to think of ways to, if this case scenario, then let's think about this.
So I think you need both of them.
No.
Win.
Okay.
And that is why the
I'm
Quinn
with you on
thing
that.
works.
I have no problem with that.
The Quinn thing doesn't mean you're ruling out Lawrence.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
What's the worst
That's
case?
the best
What's the worst? Well, what's the worst case scenario? Let's think about the worst case scenario
Well, with Lawrence,
with Lawrence.
a Le'Veon Bell situation.
Could it be get fixed and not play but 10 games? Could that be another?
Well, yeah. I mean,
That. No, I'm just asking our team. Can we stomach? I'm not asking them. I'm asking our little team.
Because let's say he hasn't got it all the way to July 15th. I think he signs it then, and then he's having surgery, and so he's out till October 15th.
Sure.
Okay.
Unless you
But you got to do that before he signs it on July
that's what I'm
15th.
saying.
So yeah.
Appreciate you being honest about that because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking if I get a trade, and now I'm thinking, can I take the $100 million that I was going to spend and spend it on? Rob gave me 30 names basically that I've got to deal with here
within the next year.
Can I get those guys done? Help Mickey with a trade on the 4 next year to get his defensive end, and can Ziggy Ansah, who will know in the middle of April about his shoulder, but maybe Ziggy Ansah will, on a 1-year deal won't cost me. You know, I'm just trying. But I'm also. Trust me. I want Mickey's plan. I want Quinn, and I want Lawrence. I want both. I'd love to have both, but if I can't, what's the best next thing for me? If I can't get a suitable, is it better just to take his money and try and do something else?
I do. If you can't, in the way
I want
get a suitable trade is not only the compensation that team's going to have to agree to a contract with Lawrence,
and they're going to have to probably give him a physical. Mm-hmm. And if they give him a physical, you're surely not signing him back. Am I right about that? If you allow a team to visit him on a physical, you're paid. All right, would you guys be objective if he tries to find a team to trade for? I mean, if you let Cantor try and shop him, would you guys be objective to that?
a physical, they might find out too much.
And if that's the case,
Talking about
oh no, Mickey, you're being smart.
The back.
No, you're being
now
smart.
it's a shoulder.
Yeah.
though, right? That
No,
would be
I'm
part of the
saying,
process
though,
if you
but
were going
yeah,
to go
I'm
down
just
that
saying.
road.
but you would want to do that all before you want to pick now.
Yes.
Yeah, see, and that leaves you with a gun to your head for,
Don't say that, please.
okay,
I don't like that thought.
a hammer.
Thank you. That works.
That's better.
A hammer to your
Please, that
to
works.
your fingers,
I understood you the first time, but thank you.
and you've only got 30 days now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This.
I just want my man back. I want.
No, you guys.
Cowboys.
So, Rob, what do you want to pay him?
Good question. That really is. But it's got to be north of $20 million.
I'm not privy to all this stuff. None of us are. But
No.
to me, it's
Right way for.
but that's $20 million, right? That makes it's the tag. That's
22 makes sense.
what's Mac?
No,
24.
22 makes sense.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. 2-time Pro Bowler.
I give him guarantee.
There we go, Mickey.
And I'll give you more guaranteed.
60 guaranteed.
Yeah. Wants more than that, I'll
I
guarantee.
think if you offered him 60 guaranteed. Sounds pretty good to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Like, because of the injury history.
Guaranteed sounds pretty good to me. One, Gary.
so do you think the problem with this probably it's some of the agent. Do you think the injury history bothers them for a long-term deal here?
Well, but I think a little bit of applause.
Could be, except they franchised him last year and did.
Yeah. And
so at what point?
Brian brought us screaming at him.
Well,
Maybe they don't.
No, maybe this now, but now they're got two guys on the D line that have already had the shoulder thing. It's a labrum, and you're pulling and tugging on guys for 16 games.
That's a good player, though.
So to play on the franchise tag, he would have ended 2-year, $38
$37
million contract. So that's 19 a year.
See, games for you. Am I right? Wrong.
Yeah, but
Yeah. He's gonna play 10 games, and then he's gonna.
I don't like the sound of that. I don't like it. What do you think he would have gotten if he the market? What could he have gotten on the open market this year?
He's hurt.
well,
That's
what
what
did
I'm saying. He's
Flowers got?
Still think he would have gotten paid, right? To some extent.
See, that's why I think my idea about. People started saying, "Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. He's hurt." So I mean that, and it seems like, doesn't it?
Now Jerry pointed it out. Oh, that's a response to the narrative. Got all the leverage, which right? I don't know if is that.
Trey Flowers, 5 years, $90 million. Teed, $40 million at signing. 07 signing bonus.
End of the market right there.
Yes, he had all of 21 sacks in 3 years. And 7.5 last year, which was his career high.
And DeMarcus has had 24 in the last 2 years.
Right. Well, if he wants to go on, negotiated with them.
Brian, you have another?
About we talked about worst case early before the draft, but what's the next best case scenario then?
Come back and approach that when we come back.
Sounds
here
good to
on
me.
Talking Cowboys, and we take your.
Kaboo, Texas is over 100 artists, including The Killers, Lauryn Hill, Kid Rock, Alanis Morissette, there's Counting Crows, Pitbull, Sting, The Black Eyed Peas, and the list. Texas, single day and 3-day passes are on sale now. Visit KAABOO Tech Day.
If you're like me and you love, if you have a, but then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite, just
get the live sports you love. Months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now, more for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 and less cancel. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
Minute Dallas Cowboys news straight from the Star in Frisco. And that's right, news and nuggets you can't find anywhere else. With our exclusive Cowboys content on Alexa, you can have all the answers. More. What's Stephen Jones thinking during a game? What's Joe Looney's favorite pregame meal? Boys, players, and coaches, and you can hear the answers directly back to you. Just say Alexa.
Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas. Weekend travel packages with sideline access and photo ops with current players, alumni, and to talk X's and O's with Senior Director of Player Personnel, me, Brian Broaddus. You can trust the official fan travel partner of the Dallas.
like a pro. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
While a player can look good on paper, it's when he's out on the field that you really find out what he's. Cowboys rely on more than just stats and scouting reports when building their team. When picking a tractor, specs and features, you've got to take it out and put it to the test. The Cowboys official tractor. Experience one for yourself. This /football. Back to
Tommy John time. Adjust your cleats, adjust your pad. Don't adjust your underwear because once it's been seen, it cannot be unseen, boys. Tommy John has a contour pouch to nestle the boys and moisture wick on the field or in the stands. Tommy John, no adjustment needed. Shop exclusive /Cowboys for 20% off your first order.
I love the close-up on Rob Phillips as he makes that read.
Watch him get, you're next.
Yeah.
Boy, here we go.
Right. Here we go.
Ready.
All right.
On cue.
Hey, how about Kaboo, a festival unlike any other, coming to AT&T Stadium May 10th through the 12th. The Killers, Kid Rock, Sting, Leonard Skinner, Little Big Town. 50 more legendary acts will be live at the outside AT&T Stadium. Kaboo, Texas, one of a kind sensory experience that brings I never can say this right. Culinary or
Culinary.
Culinary.
That's what I should have done. I should have been a culinary guy.
That needs another L then. Culinary. Indulgences together for a weekend you won't want. And single-day passes on sale now. Buy your passes before they sell out at KabooTexas.com. That's spelled BOO Texas.com.
Culinary. I would love to do that.
I'm still gonna.
Are you still going to go to culinary school?
Some point.
Yeah? You and Scott
Chicago, you going back to Chicago to do it?
Well, they have them here.
Well, why don't you go someplace where you can be really good at it?
You know, I saw one.
No,
It
that's
was
not.
across the street.
Vegas
we
has
were
got a good culinary school,
staying
too.
During the, and we went and ate there, and they had the students cooking lunch, and for a flat fee, you got.
Are you going to open a restaurant one day?
No, I just want to do it. To cook for
Just call it
myself.
Scotch?
It's called Scotch.
I love it.
Yeah.
Bill?
Well, on Twitter, Stan2 Jr. says, Quinnen. Heard we love him. Well, who doesn't love Quinnen Williams? Do we give up our next number one and change our defense right now?
That
Just
would
a
be,
question.
if you had that pick where you were, when you picked Ezekiel Elliott, that'd be a great.
You meant like the 2020 number one?
We're not getting
No one's doing
What
that.
if a team in the top 5 really loves instead of maybe next when you have no idea who's out?
There's
you know,
that. And since you don't have a number one draft pick this year, you ain't getting. Mark Bristow says sign Ansah, Quinn, or McCoy. Trade Lawrence if you can't sign him.
That sounds like a hell of an idea.
They're look.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's from Oklahoma. I asked him, I saw him on the red carpet at the NFL honors, and I asked him that weekend, Super Bowl weekend, when the reports unloading
New staff.
And I said, wouldn't you just love to come play for the Cowboys? I'm going to stay politically correct. But he would love to play for the Cowboys.
when they asked the light, he said, I can't
microphone in front of the face
on anyone. He's a great player, and ideally, we would love.
Okay, so Ansah Quinn.
Ideally.
That's Those tweet right here.
Okay.
Ansah Quinn and
Mark
Yeah.
Bristow?
Long
Do
time.
you remember him?
McCoy, some financial situations there because he's got a $13 million.
And so I
And he's
think
still
you're getting
got, like,
Ansa
3
and Quinn
years
for
on
6. I'm just trying to take this $20 million allotted to Lawrence, and we're going to allot it to McCoy. Will $20 million get that done?
I'm sure Ansa doesn't agree with it.
No. I would think that I would start on the quarterback or the runner or the runner. I mean, but I would start on the quarterback or the wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think now about quarterbacks about to get extended. Guy in Philadelphia, guy in Seattle. How about the guy in Atlanta, the wide receiver getting extended? Before that one turns into a $20 million deal, maybe.
And they're talking. I mean, at the combine, they had negotiation. I mean, it's the agents for every top guy that's up for an extension here.
Sure.
So I mean, they can multitask. To go Lawrence and then wait on everybody else.
So it sounds like the edge rusher might be a bargain. The
Maybe.
salaries they're going to have to pay
Absolutely.
these other guys.
Absolutely.
All right, Logan in California. You're up.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Great.
Good.
I have a couple questions, and I'll try to make them as quick as possible.
Thank you.
How likely is it, or how good of the relationship between the Joneses and the maybe you could trade Lawrence for that 4th pick and get?
Real quick.
I kind of like Brian's idea trading him to Indy.
Would you do that?
Get the.
Well, he will. He just said he would.
If you were the Raiders, would you do that?
Well, I mean, they just so they need
Okay.
an edge rusher.
Why did they get rid of Khalil?
Too much money.
There you go. Well. Okay,
But if you
Indianapolis.
trade him, then
Yeah, go ahead.
okay. Then this is all best case scenario, by the way. So
Yeah.
Tennessee.
maybe yeah, in my fantasy.
Okay.
So if you could trade Lawrence to Indy,
Well, Indy just signed.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, this isn't working out very well.
We appreciate you, though.
But glad you're thinking.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thinking. I love the outside the box kind of thinking. With their GM and stuff like that, he was. Indy made sense because of the defensive coordinator, money, and multiple picks. But when you talk to people about Chris Ballard, what he's done,
And it may also made sense him signing up Hugh.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
So he
But no,
knows
I appreciate the call though.
That
But
was
yeah,
good.
Oakland, he's a great relationship. The Joneses have
Yeah,
a
they
great
do.
relationship with the. They traded away Mack because they didn't want to pay him.
Frankly,
Trade away Amari Cooper because they didn't want to pay him.
the Quinn thing, it's a fair trade-off, not having Lawrence and bringing Quinn in. He had all of 6.5 sacks. That's Jeremy Mincey number.
Have him as a possibility than I would anybody else.
Helping your team.
The problem, it's not helping me either.
Helps me if I get him and Lawrence.
Because now you're missing 6 sacks on top of the Lawrence situation. I still want my best defensive players signed. I don't in the next season. If we're all in trying to take the next step, I'm trying to get a deal done. That's
right now.
It's
Well,
it's
you
not
just gotta
it's-
keep
it's-
working.
It's,
You don't
it's
have
late
to
March.
play.
I'm not
April
there yet.
Fools
No, we're
is
doing the
a week
show
away.
once
No,
a week.
I'm
Okay.
with you. I'm
But-
with you. I'm not trying to say if this thing turns into July and we're doing shows once a week, and we're we take that break in June, whenever it is.
That's true. We will be.
And it gets to where we're getting on an airplane, and it hasn't. That hasn't happened.
Agreed.
Well, then it's too late.
Mickey.
Because you're not trading them then.
No, I know. Okay. What is your narrative going to be? And I'm asking this in a respectful way. I'm not. What is your? Because I can do that. You know that. What is the narrative going to be? What is it? What are we gonna say then? Missed opportunity? Are we going to call it? Oh, it wasn't enough. I'm going to spin this for the fans. I'm not spinning, but how we
spin it? Explain it.
How are we going to explain it then? How are we going to explain it if this thing comes to July 15th?
Well, see, here's where we're at we're hamstrung because we don't know what the agent's thinking.
That's right. That's fair. Our own organization won't talk to us sometimes.
Yeah. Well, the agent certainly not, because he's going to look at. So until we find out, then that'll help with the explanation. A year ain't going to happen. Sure. Got other guys to sign. So play on the franchise tag.
But again, we're going to get surgery. We'll sign the tag. Right? And we're not going to those 10 games, probably. And we hope it's good enough.
Then if you get by 14th.
That's why I think the deadline is more July 15th.
That's where I'm at, Brian. I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
Argumentative.
No,
I'm just trying to. I'm going doomsday here.
I hear you. College hoops is still on. I'm not.
As soon as the Masters tees off, though,
I'll be there.
You going?
You guys are going to have to do it Tuesday.
You know, because it's like, why do you think floating the McCoy thing out there? Sure. He's costing $13 million, and the last thing I saw, what they had left on the salary cap, top 51 was $3.2 million. So they can't even fund their draft.
Oh, that right now I'm to them because that's exactly what they're saying on Periscope about Tampa.
And so
the fans are.
And so you get into the situation, how much money you can pay, and we don't know what they're asking for.
Is he your best player?
Best player on defense.
I think Zeke is your best player. And Zach Martin, you can put them 1A, 1B. But he ain't far behind.
But we're going to have to pay him like our best player, am I right?
Yep, you're going to have to play him like one of the best in the league, yeah. Which is, for the position he plays, you got to pay for that. You know?
There's left in.
Well, so what's the discussion in Houston right now? Is Clowney their best?
Those people, I think so. I think it's
because of the Watt injuries.
And he hasn't signed.
I worry about this being. I hear you. That's what and maybe that's the best 10 games he can give you everything he has. You know, but I worry about that. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think this was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be.
I'm the same way.
This tough.
Yeah, I'm a sap. I thought by March 5th it might be done. You know, it wasn't.
Player, defensive player, or best player?
Probably
Patrick Peterson is up there too, but with 17 sacks 1 year.
Yeah, I think Patrick Peterson's their best defensive.
You think the Patriots are better off with Chandler Jones or with the 5 veteran players they've signed the
quarterback that they're capable of plugging me in there and winning?
Right, but are they a better team with?
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Veteran players they've signed.
Witness, and you're leading the witness because I think you want to take that money and do something else.
Right.
Players every year for 5 years.
But we're back to comparing everybody to the Patriots. We're in the Milky Way galaxy here, and the Patriots are over there.
Let's see what he's doing. He wants to move on. You want to sign. Mickey wants to sign.
Yep.
We all want to, except Bill. Bill wants to move on.
That this team will be better equipped to contend for Super million because of what you have also having to pay your quarterback, the cornerback due.
Yeah.
I think over the next 5 years, you'll be better equipped with 5 veteran players that you can pick up in every year.
And then in 2019, we're not at the same contending status that we were in 28. Probably have to sell to the fans if you're gonna make this a volume thing to try.
You saw what receiver by committee was.
I think you can come up with enough
month deadline.
That's right. You've got a month deadline here where you can come up with enough to offset the loss.
Which is going to happen first? Him sign or come up with enough depth?
I mean, that's what has to happen in my mind.
That's what I'm saying. Which do you think is going to happen first? You know, do you feel like if you feel like he's going to sign, then
like in a month?
Yeah,
I have no clue.
At this point, yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me at all if it dragged into the summer.
I don't think he will. I don't think he does.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think he does.
But I also thought earlier this month it would get done, and it didn't get done. So now the deadlines make deals. The deadline now is July. You know, so where does the in late March? I don't know if there is. Are they Yanks? Yeah.
Is there a team out there you think that would be willing to give up a first-round draft pick for Lawrence in the next month?
I would hope.
Yeah. And they would have to agree to a contract with Lawrence.
You'd have to give Cantor permission. You'd have to give Cantor permission to negotiate, and you'd probably have to give that team the ability to. Maybe they say, okay, we'll do the contract, we'll do the trade, we'll give you a second, we'll give you a first. Say, but we want a physical. Cal would say no. Okay, if you don't give us the physical. Without the physical. Would you do that deal? Would you
as long as I can work my Quinn deal and sign another guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I can spend my.
Because without Gregory right now, you'd have to find. I mean, and that at this point in late March.
But if you could trade for Quinn, and we've kind of seen Ziggy Ansah the last couple of years. Again, that's
what's his health situation.
Middle of April, we'll know. He should be
middle of April.
Middle of these defensive ends. But Quinn, if you could do it, Quinn. Okay. Who else with the? You know, when you say Taco, people laugh. Armstrong.
You've got Tyrone who can
Crawford,
play out there.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have enough?
Not as much as they want. Not as, you know.
Are you distraught right now, Rob?
Not having him next season. I know we talked about it. It bothers me. Young defense, guys we promise in linebacker back in the secondary, but he's the guy that. You know, that does make me distraught.
Their defense a lot of credit, and played well all year.
And you asked the injuries that he had earlier in his career, played through the shoulder. Does that impact the Cowboys? It impacts my thinking on it. I mean, the back is what concerns me.
Yeah, sure.
If he, of his career, the way DeMarcus Ware, not missing games, you know, although and Ware wound up later on,
but not until
he
was over 30.
That's what you get.
So, do you put DeMarcus Lawrence in the same category as Khalil Mack, Von, Olivier Verdon, J.J. Watt,
outside
Chandler Jones,
same class with
outside linebackers?
So he got paid 17, average of 17. Paid an average average of 19.
Yeah. So you have to determine, is he close to Khalil Mack? And again, both of them play as out.
Yeah, but their hands on the ground on probably 75%, 60% of the plays.
They are
When you
more
go to
speed rushers in what?
Play the run.
Right, exactly.
What was that Daniil Hunter deal again? You have that one down there?
86 million.
15.4 million, 5 years, 72 million.
Oh, that would seem to be on the low end.
Yes, that was, and I guarantee you, the Players Association was going nuts when he signed that deal.
Yeah.
It was under market value.
Yeah. Calais Campbell averaging 15 million. Chandler Jones 16.5.
Okay, when we come back here on Talking Cowboys, we are going to discuss the safety position as the Cowboys have their new starting safety. When we come back in a moment.
Me and you love. I mean, if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract. Yes?
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for little package. After 3 months, use monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 and less cancel. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
It's time for tailgating with the OtterBox boys.
The OtterBox that builds those crazy protected phone cases?
Yup, and now they're changing the side dish game with the OtterBox Trooper Soft Cooler. Lightweight, mobile, and leak-proof, Trooper is perfect for blitzing a crowded parking lot with a Frito pie.
Amazing. Hey, you think I could fit my 7-layer salmon salad into the Trooper cooler?
Yup, but please don't.
And that's been Tailgating with the OtterBox boys. Learn more about the Trooper soft coolers at OtterBox.com.
While a player can look good on paper, it's when he's out on the field that you really find out what he's made of. That's why the Cowboys rely on more than just stats and scouting reports when building their team. When picking a tractor, it's why you should rely on more than just specs and features. You've got to take out and put it to the test. The Cowboys did when they named John Deere their official tractor. Experience one for yourself. Visit myjohndeeredealer.com/football.
It can be hard to find the right resource for learning about important financial matters. You search how to build savings, you end up reading about the one weird ingredient from supermarkets that can make you taller. That's why Bank of America built BetterMoneyHabits.com, a safe little corner of the internet for answering your financial questions. Full of simple videos and tips, Better Money Habits can show you how to make the most of your money without resorting to random searches that always seem to lead to unbelievable photos of childhood stars grown up. To learn more, visit BetterMoneyHabits.com.
Essilor has been helping Cowboys fans see better since 1972, so they don't miss a moment on the field. Get glasses with Essilor's best vision, clarity, and protection with the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package. 3 innovative technologies in one lens. For a limited time, you can double your lenses for free when you purchase the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package and get a second pair of frames. Find a participating eye care professional and details by that's EssilorUSA.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Back to Talking Cowboys.
So you guys are into March Madness?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Nope.
You're out, right? You got one.
I got one right?
Yeah, one right.
I don't know what the one that was, but...
You didn't pick Oklahoma to win?
I did not.
What about Jack Black? What's up with Jack Black?
There's some winners at Jack Black, and they're experiencing their own March Madness right now. Think about this. If you spend $60 to choose one of their #1 products, lip balm with SPF 25 natural mint and shea butter, full size. Or the beard lube, and we know how good that conditioning shave is.
What?
Beer lube. Antiperspirant and deodorant, or True Volume thickening shampoo, and you can see how that's helped me very much, right?
Me too.
My hair's got thicker, and all you have $50 purchase, you use the code MARCH, and you get to shop right now at getjackblack.com and get your products.
I know we don't have much time, but real quick, go around the room. If you could pick one product for Mickey, what would you want him to get?
Mickey.
Yeah.
Beard move.
beard
Because
move.
I want that. That stuff's great, by the way.
Nobody's going for the antiperspirant and stuff like that.
What was it? The
Pit
Pit
Boss?
Bull?
What's
Pit
that?
Boss?
What a great name. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is.
Is it really Pit Boss, or we just made
Antiperspirant and deodorant.
All right.
We're back.
Okay, let's go to Tim in Boston. You're next.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Sure.
The market, part of me wants to keep thinking. He's 27 years old, and you talk about what the Patriots do all the time. It's true. They're not married to anybody. They let guys walk, and they're still successful.
Quarterback.
They're married to Brady.
Quarterback coach.
Yeah.
I get it, but what happens? God forbid something happens to D-Law next year with an injury. Now we're back in salary cap hell. We've got guys coming up next year. It seems like we're going back to the days where we used salary cap hell. So
I don't know if they're doing first week of March. They're not spending on free agent guys. I mean, I wouldn't.
See, here's the deal with the comparison to
I
New
hate the
England.
injury comparison, too, by the way.
The comparison to New England is, and haven't had over the last couple of years, an offense that can overcome their defensive deficiencies. Team has an offense that can overcome a defensive deficiency when a defense last year finished number 7.
All right, so how far can the Cowboys get with the overcome the defenses?
Well,
lack of turnovers.
Can I just take exception to that? We just saw one of the best defensive games we've ever seen in the history of the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say they're deficient defensively.
Well, maybe the Rams were deficient offensively in that game.
I don't know. They scored 30 points against this team.
Well, the Cowboys offense in the playoff game they lost, right?
So now we want to get rid of
Lawrence, and you're going to say, well, that's the way, the Patriots do it. Well, the Patriots have Tom Brady.
Well, because they have signed their new starting safety year, $930,000, $735,000 against the cap, $90,000 in bonus money, $210,000 guaranteed. George Iloka, your starting safety.
I don't think so.
Not necessarily.
Let's hope he does better than
All on social media was that he was the new starting safety.
he couldn't.
That was before the numbers came out.
He couldn't.
Got a couple of safeties that are pretty good there.
Yes, Zendejo, they loved him so much they didn't re-sign him.
He's in
Well,
Philadelphia now.
he's got concussion problems.
He couldn't replace him, though. He started 3 games after Zendejo got hurt, and then some guy named Anthony Harris, I think, took over.
They rotated their safeties.
And when they've had 3 good safeties, they've had a...
He only played 116 snaps in 16
I know,
games.
you are just standing on a hilltop about George Iloka.
No,
and
I'm just saying this idea that, okay, they've taken care of their safety spot.
Nobody said that.
I would rather them draft a guy
I have not seen,
to add depth.
I have not seen the narrative that he's Darren Woodson. I'm sorry. I haven't seen it. That's where you and I disagree.
What did he just say?
What?
What did you say that everybody was saying?
I said that the narrative on social media is
see?
that he's replacing Jeff Heath as the starting strong safety.
Since when do you pay attention to social
I
media?
don't.
He's a lurker.
I'm trying to educate him.
I don't think this...
You follow the money on this stuff, and
Yeah.
that money does not...
A $90,000 signing bonus.
Tells you he's on this team for right now.
He's going to come in and...
That's right.
I wouldn't say Jeff Heath is strictly a special teamer now.
No,
Right.
I was games. He played 103 of his 116 defensive snaps.
Yep. He started 6 years in Cincinnati, too.
I know.
So,
can he, a couple of years?
You think it's a bad signing, Mickey?
Yeah,
No, I think it's
a great signing.
I think it's a depth signing.
Yeah.
And he can play special teams. That's what he did for Minnesota.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you get a guy At least he's played, lined up and played. I think that if you're expecting him to be a great cover guy and all those things, he's absolutely not. He's a really good tackler. He's physical. He's got size. If you play him down in the box of the linebacker spot, when he gets the play, he's good enough to finish there.
Say they don't add a second-round pick at safety or move up and take on their roster right now, when they go out for OTAs and the first unit goes out there, who are the two safeties?
I think it's Heath and
Woods.
It's
Heath and Woods.
But you know, when Kayvon Cox, they've earned a little package of plays, and maybe this guy can do that. You know, maybe he can be part of a little rotation.
I hate to say this. I'm still waiting on Kayvon Frazier.
Yeah.
And I think there's a reason why George Aloka got signed, because we're still waiting on Kayvon Frazier.
No, I'm saying in past years.
No, I'm telling you right now, Kayvon Frazier is, you're talking about special teams stuff, I think they're waiting on Kayvon Frazier to want to be critical of somebody. Be critical of Kayvon Frazier. Because if he would have played with any type of promise, you're not signing George Aloka. You're not even talking, maybe you're not.
It gets back to what I said earlier about, okay, you got to figure out, okay, if the starter goes down at the and on next. Well, Minnesota did that last year and Zimmer was very familiar with Iloka because he had him at Cincinnati. If the safeties go down, this guy can fill in.
Plug him and play.
So
for 3 games they did.
Right. And when you look back
Arizona,
at last year with
Jets,
the Cowboys, when they lost the safety, they needed to upgrade at that position, get more depth there at the safety
and
position.
that's what they did.
That's right.
Depth.
That's right.
Special teams.
Right. And he can compete, and and he's been a starter in this league. Who knows if he regained the form of 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Then great.
I think this is more about Kayvon Frazier.
And that was kind of the narrative out there, is that.
Yeah. Well, no, everybody wants to get rid of Heath, and I get it. If Jeff Heath could focus just on special teams, the special teams unit would be better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he plays 100 plays a game on defense and special.
I'm going back to 2017. They gave some snaps to Frazier and kind of worked 3 guys. Like, that's a possibility who can step in and help with Jeff Heath there. I think that's a possibility. But he's saying, I don't think anybody's saying this guy's, the answer.
I've read it. They found their
This is what they do. They cover their needs.
Okay. I'm just trying to put perspective on it.
I suggest that you go study the safeties in this draft.
This guy's not going to be a walk-in star.
All right. At the league meetings, are talking about a rule change on onside kick. Do you like the prospect of a team in the fourth quarter gets one opportunity to run a 1st and 15 play from its own?
Fourth and 15.
I mean a 4th and 15. A one play.
Yeah. I hate that.
From your own 35-yard line.
Make it 4th and 25. These guys convert 15-yard passes like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, if I get you to an onside kick, I've still got a chance to win this game.
So you would line up where? From the what yard line, you think?
25.
Do it from the 25-yard line, a 1st and 25.
4th and 25.
4th and 25.
Yes, if you convert a 4th and 25, keep playing.
I kind of love it. It's very XFL-ish.
So
that's what they're doing in the...
It's 4th and 15 at the 35 now?
You're going to lose.
It'd be 4th and 15 at the 35 is what they're doing in the spring league, yeah.
Right. So you would get it to, you'd have to get to the 50, right?
Right.
And if you hit an onside kick and recovered it
at the 45,
that's what they're thinking.
Now, well, how about okay? Let's go back to the Seattle game real quick in the playoffs. Okay, what if they got you on the ropes a little bit in that game? All of a sudden, you give up a 4th and 15. Now they keep going, and all they needed was a field goal to win that game. It was a 2-point game, wasn't it?
Yep.
No. 4th and 15, and you're playing miserable defense at the end of the game.
Yeah.
You're beaten down. Yeah. Yes.
You could have backed off 15 yards.
That's what I'm saying, though. You let somebody can convert 4th and 15 on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
4th and 25 is a little bit different ball game there.
I mean, for the average fan, that would add some extra intrigue, though.
No, you're going to lose a lot of games. You're going to lose games.
Well, the problem is you've minimized the effect of an onside kick with the new coverage rules.
Exactly. So what? I want to win the game. If they're kicking onside kicks to me, if they're trying to recover those, that's probably
great. I don't think
it might. We'll see.
They just need to worry about the replay stuff.
They had it happen in the AAF game the other night, right? They had somebody convert a 4th and 15 or 4th overtime. Yeah, they got it. Yeah.
How about Brandon Silvers? Overtime win for Memphis.
Who are you?
Holding off Johnny Manziel.
That's
for the
right.
Starting quarterback.
Troy
position
quarterback.
for Mike Singletary's team.
As everybody was chatting, Johnny, and then he put in Silvers after he got his 1 or 2 possessions.
So you were watching, huh?
I was, as a matter of fact.
No March Madness for Mickey.
No, I was flipping. There probably was between games.
You got the madness part right.
Yeah. All right, that does it for Talking Cowboys for this week, and we'll talk about DeMarcus Lawrence signing next week here on Talking Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys football